What's up, guys and gals? It's time for a chapter review, not the latest one because we are one chapter behind, for Strike It Rich, chapter 39, where we're going to start the fight between our main girl, Nozomi, versus Natsumi. But before we get underway with that one, honestly, because most of this chapter is a bit of a setup, so I did read the chapter when it came out, and then I just sort of forgot to review it, in all honesty, because the chapter opens up with Shinohara. Here's part of the problem, is that apparently this is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I was reading this on Discord, I think it was Discord, that Sarah finally gets her first win, and it's said here in the chapter this is her first win, and I stopped to think, I'm like, yeah, really, like, she's been fighting and stuff, and obviously that we're seeing most of the on-screen stuff, there hasn't been a lot of time skips, but Sarah hasn't actually won a fight. The problem with this is, it's like, okay, so finally we see what she can do, yada yada yada, but this is now 0 for 2 with Shinohara Mio, the quicksand, or, or the fast sand, whatever she is. I'm just sitting there like, well, so we're finally giving Sarah a win, which is, I guess, nice. If you're a fan of Sarah's character, I never like those type of characters, so that's not me. But Shinohara came in here as almost a level above that, and now she's lost twice. So now we're gonna have to have her have a win in a few more chapters. You know what I mean? So it's just like, okay, now we're just trading off wins against certain characters and stuff like that. So either way, that was the opening act sort of idea. So Yukihira Sarah wins her first fight sort of idea in Valkyrie. Anyways, in Valkyria. So yeah, and then they talk about it and they do that same dialogue thing like, wow, it was still a tough fight, but Shinohara still put up a good fight, and when she gets better, she'll still come out swinging. Just because she's 0-2 doesn't mean she's not a good fighter and stuff, and it's just like, okay, we've had too many of these conversations in both Kengan, in the real tournament, and now here in Strike It Rich. It's like, we don't need to hear that every single time, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just like when it's said just too often, it's like, wow, so that person dominated and lost and hasn't won a single fight, but look out for her. Okay. So, anyway, so they're ready to go. Nozomi is looking pretty swagger in her Rocky Balboa, boxing sort of robe there, with the hood up and everything. And I like to think that these colors are black and gold, like Rocky's original color sort of idea, like, because she's the main character sort of idea, so she got the Rocky vibes going into this. She's already got a bad eye, which Rocky had. You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff is so Rocky Balboa to me, and not in a bad way. It's just I see the parallels. So, either way, yeah, once again, Sarah goes off on her shtick, and then we see the Crusher Pegasus, Tenma Nozomi, enter the ring alongside of course, the Platinum Shakihoka girl, whatever the hell that means, Murasaki Natsumi. Now, of course, this is a big stare-down match. It's looking good. They're both looking pretty forward to this match and stuff like that. And now, apparently, Ichika does know Kurushi, so that's pretty cool as well. So they're like, hey, thanks for the other day and stuff, like, as we know, because they were training and stuff. But they're all going to actually chill together sort of idea and watch this match and stuff like that. So, Hana's there, Ichika's there, Kurushi's there. They're all there. And either way, they're just like, yeah, all right, so we're looking good, you know what I mean? Like, this is going to be a good fight. I think she's ready for it, yada, yada, yada. They have a big, quick exchange of words, Nozomi and Natsumi, sort of like, did you lose some weight? You actually have a fighter's physique now, so you slimmed down for me. And, you're just really asking for it and stuff. And Nozomi's taking this in, but she's also shit-talking back. Like, I did all this slimming down just for you. You know what I mean? Like, teasing her and stuff. I really want to bring it, sort of idea. Now, of course, Rico, Lee, I'm sure Rika's up there too. They're all voting for, of course, Nozomi. They want her to win and stuff like that. Like, as she's up there in the high stands for some reason. I don't know why she's up there. And why her shirt has a muscle vein in it. I'm not sure about that. That's kind of weird to me. Her shirt literally has a muscle vein in it. Crazy. So, either way, of course, like, they're all excited to see Nozomi, who is, of course, their boss. Like, can she actually bring it? Like, we're excited to see this, And so the fight actually begins right away. It seems to be that it's pretty evenly matched, the reach difference, of course, and this is sort of feeling like a Kengan Ashura match where we're talking about the differences in reach. Of course, stature and reach and weight, these things all matter. Like, Nozomi can be the better fighter, but where Natsumi is bigger, she's got a longer reach, she's heavier, all these things will factor in and even the playing field. Even if Nozomi is a better technical fighter, it's going to be a lot harder to bring her down, sort of idea, right? So they're exchanging some blows. Nothing really major happens except for the fact that, of course, they go low kick for low kick, except Natsumi's wins out. Nozomi goes onto the ground and she tries for a stomp. She's, going forward and stuff like that. Now, Kurushi notices something about this because immediately it's like some breakdancing shit that happens. I don't even know how this worked. Kurushi knew it was coming, because he's a master. But Kurushi knew this was coming because she goes for, while Nozomi's on the mat, Natsumi goes for a kick right to her head, right to her temple, and immediately we get some breakdancing craziness where she grips her other arm, her pivot foot, while swinging out of reach onto the mat, and Kurushi knew it was coming. It's like, you're looking good out there, that's what I like to see, and immediately goes for a some type of roll, the cutie roll apparently, where she's got her right around, she's wrapped her whole body, it seems, right around her pivot leg. And it doesn't seem like she's fallen yet, but I assume this is some type of hold, of course, because Kurushi would recognize this, and of course, with Cosmos Master and stuff like that, like, she would be more of a grappler. She'd be getting into this stuff. So, what she seems to do is lock her two legs around the calf and the thigh of Natsumi while gripping and holding the knee in place from the ground up. So that seems to be what she's doing. I imagine she's holding her in place because this seems like a horrible position to be in. I mean, she's obviously off balance with her leg in the air, but if she doesn't, like, pull the leg and slam her down with this, I imagine I would just look down and I would, punch right down onto her knee or something. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's got themselves wrapped around my leg and my leg is still sturdy on the mat, I'm just going to put my other leg down and I'm just going to wail downwards with my fists, So I'm not sure what this move is going to do from here on because, as I said, it doesn't look like she's pulled her down to the mat yet. But I imagine we'll see that in the next chapter, which I actually haven't read yet. I haven't read that one, knowing that I forgot to review this one. So, but anyways, yeah. So that's the long and short of chapter 39. I'm going to get this one out as soon as possible, and once I'm done recording this, I'm going to read chapter 40, and then hopefully get to that here in the next little bit. So stay tuned for chapter 40 so we get ourselves all caught up, and yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Sorry it was late. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys back here for Chapter 40, which will be a little late, but at least a little more on time than this one was. So, thanks guys so much for watching. Take care. See you next time.